Hi guys, welcome to this video about the spring cleaning. So what is being cleansed and healed and removed in your body, in your mental, in your whatever system to make room for something new. So this is spring equinox time these days, and that's why I was called to do this video, because I feel in my body that the energies are strong. Something is being removed so something new can occur. So rebirth, right? Something is being healed, so there can be room for something new to develop. And you might experience this in your body, like physical pain. Like you might have, like I have back pain and I have headaches and I have old pain coming up. You might also be feeling like you don't have an appetite, or maybe you're very, very hungry, or maybe you're feeling something with the stomach or the system of what do you call that? Yeah, with the food passing through the system, or your legs is what I'm hearing. Some people might feel something with their legs. You might also feel it like emotionally, anger or sadness or anything like that coming up, and you don't really know why, or old thoughts coming up again that you thought you were rid of, and they're just there to, because we are cleaning out the last like cobweb, right? We're cleaning out to make sure that the new things can come in. So I had the other day, I felt very empty inside, and that makes so much sense to me because again, cleaning out, so emptying out something. And when you're removing something inside and healing something, you can get this empty feeling. So even though if it was something bad or negative that you removed, something that didn't serve you, it was still there, it was still taking up space, right? So it's gonna give that empty feeling somehow, or you can maybe feel lost even. So this reading is about trying to help you figure out what's going on in your life, what's going on these days. And this is spring equinox, but if you're seeing it at any other time, it's because there's a message for you here. So if you haven't tried this pick a pile thing before, you have these 4 piles, and there might be one, or there might be more than one pile speaking to you, because there might be more than one message for you here. So the thing is that you choose the pile 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you go down below here, and in the description box there's timestamps. So for example, if you choose pile number 3, you press on the timestamp besides the 3, next to the 3, and that would lead you directly to where this pile starts, so you don't have to watch the beginning of the other piles before you get to pile number 3. Yeah, remember, this is a general reading, so it's not your specific energy I'm tuning into. It's actually your intuition finding this video, because there is a message here for you. So kudos on that. Very good. You have a good intuition. Yeah. Remember to like the video if it resonates, so we can get out to more people. And other than that, I don't think I have something to say. No. Yeah, so if you haven't picked your pile yet, put the video on pause, because I'm gonna jump to pile number 1 now. Pile number 1, you chose this quartz crystal. So let's check out what is being cleansed, what is leaving your system for something new here. We got empowerment, so this is the new empowerment. Manifestation, just a second here, something in my throat. We got grieving, so this is an experience you can be feeling right now, being grieving, feeling grief about something, because it's leaving your system. So sometimes when we have this healing of old wounds and old blockages, things that we don't need anymore, we can experience emotions coming up without anything like any warning, kind of like I usually do use the example of you're doing the dishes or preparing food or something like that, and not really thinking about anything, just being in the present and suddenly you're sad or you are annoyed or you are angry out of nowhere, or you could be reading a book, or you could be watching a movie, or you could be driving your car, and like out of nowhere you get this emotion. And usually, if it's not because of an automatic thoughts are things are things that we are used to thinking, so we are not aware of thinking them. So an automatic thought can be something like putting yourself down. Like every time you look yourself in the mirror, you're like, "Oh my God, I'm so fat," or "I can't fit my clothes anymore," or the scales say that I put on like a couple of kilos or whatever, you know. If you're used to saying that to yourself, you don't register it anymore, and therefore it's an automatic thought. So automatic thoughts can give this emotions as well, because we're so used to thinking them that we don't register that that we're thinking them. But if we look apart from that, because an automatic thought would be all the time, right? You're so used to it that you think it multiple times a day. Like, for example, I'm fat, or I'm overweight, or, you know, something about your body in a negative way. Then that will give you the image, a bad body image, right? So you're kind of aware of that, but you're not aware that you're aware of that. How can I say that? It's not subconscious as such, because you know that you don't like your body, right? So that's how you know if it's an automatic thought, is that if you're standing there doing the dishes and suddenly you're sad about your body, and you've been sad about your body for a long time, then it's an automatic thought coming back up and you just didn't register it. But if you're standing there doing the dishes and you're feeling sad just out of nowhere, you don't know why you're sad. You're feeling angry, you don't know why. You're feeling annoyed, you don't know why. You're feeling stressed, you don't know why. It's most likely an old wound being healed. Because the thing is, when we get something healed, it's the emotion that is attached to it, where there wasn't any room for that emotion earlier on. So let's say you're angry. It's healing. That's healing some old wound and old trauma, where you're in the situation, you were angry, but you weren't allowed to be angry, or there wasn't room for you to be angry, or you were so angry that you couldn't get the anger out, like all the anger out. So some of it was stored in you. So that's what's happening here. When we are feeling this release, this healing of an old wound or trauma or blockage, it's just the emotion coming up to the surface to leave the body. So usually you won't be sad or angry or annoyed or stressed for a very long time. But it can be actually, as it can be heavy. It can be like really, really angry for half an hour and then it passes. Or like grief here, right? You're so sad that you're sobbing, right? To that extreme. So, and you just need to let your body get it out of the system. Don't fight it. Don't try to figure out what is this, because of course if it's a reoccurring event and you keep getting sad or angry or something like that, and you don't know where it's coming from, you need to look at, okay, what's this? My body's trying to tell me something, but this is an emotion coming out of nowhere. So these days here, you might feel grief, for example, because there's something you need to let go of. There's something, a grief you had earlier in your life where there wasn't room, or you had so much grief that you couldn't get it out of your system in one go. So the body stored it to release it later. Yes, and the thing is, when we release these things and get healed, it's because we're in such a good balance that there's room for this to be healed. Because if you're unbalanced and you had a lot to fight with to begin with, the body wouldn't be healing, it wouldn't be releasing this, because it's very intelligent, the body. It would know that you don't have the capability to deal with this right now. You don't have the tools, or you don't have the energy or whatever. So it's a good thing actually when we feel this. It's because we're in such a good balance, we're such a good place that we can release this right now. Or that we're in a place that's very similar to this trauma or wound, that now would be a good time to release the old, so it will stop affecting our present, right? So we stop drawing in these experiences where we keep doing replaying this old wound or trauma. Yes. We got healing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just, yeah, yeah. Healing. Yeah. I can't say more to that. That's just what I just said. Yes. And it makes good sense actually with this clear quartz, because clear quartz is a very, very healing stone, and it's empowering. You usually say that if you have a clear quartz and use it with other crystals, or gemstones, that will enhance the effect of the other crystal or gemstone. So this is an empowering tool, actually. Yeah, an empowerment. So that makes great sense as well. Okay, what else we got here? Hiding. This is such. I love this deck. It's a beautiful card. I love that her eyes are highlighted. And some of the arms. So to me, there's something here about seeing a truth and taking action, because you use your arms to do stuff, right? And something is hiding. So let's see what else we got and see the message, full message. Broken heart. Yeah, it makes great sense with the grief, right? A broken heart that needs to be healed. We got acceptance. Very nice. Yeah, so I'm feeling here that there's something. We have the eyes again here, right? They're closed, and here they're open and highlighted. So I feel there's something that's been hiding. You've been hiding something from yourself, and I think it might have something to do with this broken heart and grieving here. That it's coming up now because it's time now to heal it. Let's see if we can fit everything in here. So we have this card, dance. Wow, great. Step into the light, share your gifts and talents with the world. Yeah, that makes great sense as well, because I feel with this hiding card here that you do have talents that you don't want to realize you have. Meaning it might be actually oh, okay. There might be some past life here, actually, I'm feeling. So, just a second, I need to see how to phrase this. Yeah. Okay, I'm hearing a second chance. I'm hearing second round, second time around, I'm hearing. So I think this is actually, because we have this rebirth card here, this is from a past life. So it might be, you might have some kind of trauma or wound that you are still healing from this life, but it actually started in a past life. So there might have been some kind of experience where you tried to heal it earlier in this life, or you had to have the experiences, some kind of similar experience again with this broken heart in this life. But I'm not feeling it's in a relationship, actually. I'm feeling like this is you. This is you trying to be you and not being met, and that broke your heart. So the thing is here, this could be something, if you experienced this in this lifetime, you also experienced it in an earlier lifetime. Okay, this is past life no matter what. So some of you experienced growing up that you couldn't be like fully who you were. You might have been the black sheep of the family, and you might have been like different, and there wasn't room for it. There wasn't, people couldn't, well, I wouldn't say they couldn't understand it, but because you don't need to understand it to just accept people for who they are. But there's some kind of like, holding you down. I'm feeling like pressing you down. Like, shh, I'm hearing that, right? Shh, you're too loud, you're too much, you're all over the place, and you're too weird is also what I'm hearing. So you had to close your eyes. We're having closed eyes here, and try to just, yeah, you said to yourself, you told yourself, okay, I'm weird, I have to stop being weird. But this here card says acceptance, right? So now is the time to realize and accept, open your eyes and realize you have to stop hiding, you have to be you have to dance to the own rhythm, to the rhythm of your own drum, right? Because there's this empowerment feeling inside of you, And the thing that you're going through right now actually is this awakening. It's a rebirth, right? So this awakening of you, actually, this is beautiful, you guys. I am so loving it. And I'm hearing, if you got any crystal quartz, please apply it, like wear it if you got jewelry with it, or if you got it like this, put it under your pillow or put it in your pocket and wear it. Walk with it all day. It really wants to help you. So there's the thing here is that you're grieving, and you experienced this in a past life as well. You're grieving that you couldn't be this person fully. What I really like here is that we're seeing a full moon and something that could be a full moon as well. So being the whole you, right? Shine like the moon doesn't shine, it reflects, but still, you know, it's instead of you hiding, like we can say the moon is hiding when it's a new moon, for example, not much of the moon is seen, so the moon would be hiding. And that's the thing here, you're in a transition. Your rebirth here, the things that you're going through, is that you're coming out of hiding. You are healing this broken heart that there wasn't any room for you, that you were weird, that you were an outcast, and realizing that it's actually a good thing. This woman here is she's beautiful, right? And she's unique. There's not many of her, but that's the thing. If there was many of her, she wouldn't be valuable. You know, like if we take crystals, for example, clear quartz or rose quartz is very common and not very expensive. It's easily to get. But if we take something else like a Larimar, is only found in the Dominican Republic. That's the only place you can find it. So a true Larimar is very expensive because there's only one place on earth you can find it, and it's very limited. So this is the same with people somehow. Well, not it's not, because we're all different, but for you, you know, you need to realize that you are a Larimar, and it's not for everyone's liking, and that's okay, but you're here to make a difference. You're here to stir up the waters, actually. You're here to ruffle some feathers, and you're here to poke some people to make them realize that, to make them wake up, actually. So the thing that you've been hiding yourself is, I'm hearing it's such a shame, because you're so beautiful. Like this swan here, you're so beautiful, and you got so many gifts, right? Share your gifts and talents with the world. Step into the light. So what you're experiencing here now these days is this. You might be very sad and very excited at the same time, actually, because there's sadness, is the grieving of the broken heart, but at the same time the heart is healing, and you're realizing that you don't have to hide anymore. You're opening your eyes and seeing the world in a whole new light, because you are opening this part of yourself where you can be whole and shine as you are and manifest, right? Manifestation, draw in what is supposed to be yours. Because of this equal match, right? If you are thinking that you always have to hide, then people can't see you, and then you are having trouble finding good connections because people can't see you. But if you're opening up and you're standing in your light and shining and not being afraid, like, you know, this here, very shining, right? It's kind of light coming from her. Then people can see you, and like-minded can see, hey, we're a match. We're going to be drawn to each other. If you're in hiding, you're in match with other people in hiding. And that's kind of difficult to find people in hiding, right? So you're opening up something here. It's beautiful. You're opening your eyes. You're seeing the world from a different light. You're realizing that the people were wrong. You're not weird. You're not the black sheep. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just as you're supposed to be. And if they don't like that, that's their issue. Right? That's their problem, because the world is your mirror. Everybody else is your mirror. So if there's something that you don't like about another person, it's actually reflecting something that you don't like about yourself. And if you have that knowledge going out into the world, you realize that if there is something about you that other people don't like, it's a reflection of what they don't like about themselves. That doesn't mean that you have to dim your light. Not at all. It's got something to do with them, and they have to figure that out, right? So great, you guys. This is beautiful. I love that. this is a beautiful time for you. And if you're sad, go ahead, be sad. Watch that sad movie. Eat that chocolate or ice cream, or do whatever you need to do to be sad and let the emotions come out and pamper yourself, right? Take care of yourself in whatever way makes you feel comfortable. You don't have to step out of your comfort zone. You don't have to be something special right now. You just have to be you. You just have to listen to you. Your inner core is calling for you to listen and just be you. Just be you, it's saying. It's like screaming inside. It's time to just be you. Let it loose. Let it free. Just be you. Oh my God, you guys. This is beautiful. I love it. So pile number 1, this is what I got for you. And if you like the message, if it resonates, please give the video a thumbs up so we can get out to more people who needs to hear this. And yeah, until next time, take care. Bye. Pile number 2, you chose this, what's it called? Fossilized sea urchin. So this used to be a living thing. And now it's fossilized. So I love it. I found this myself actually. We got a lot of them in some places in Denmark. So let's put this here. So let's see what you got that is being released and healed and cleaned out to make room for something new in your life. Reconciliation. Okay. I'm feeling that might be with another person, but I'm actually feeling it's more about yourself, reconnecting with something inside of yourself. Clarity, yes, I love it. Seeing something clear. Trust, wow. Grooming, wow. Taking care of yourself. We got a ladybug here for luck. I love this little kitten. Oh my God, so cute. We got the temple path. Yeah, finding your way. Communication. Okay, so there might be something with other people here. We got help. Ask for help. Receiving is an act of generosity. I love this actually. Receiving is an act of generosity, and that's so true, because when, let's take for example that people want to show you love, right? And by receiving that, you're telling them, I thank you so much. Like, I'm so grateful for this. And I want to be, the more, it sounds weird to say, the more I receive, the more I can give, right? Because you are helping me getting balance instead of me always giving. So it's kind of, it's a gift to receive. It's a gift to show people that you're receiving. Do you get me? Right? That when you're, maybe we should put it like in a gift, like giving a physical gift, and you're happy about this, that makes them happy, right? So it gives and takes like that. It's kind of equal. So let me just get an overview. We might need more cards here. But I'm feeling with this sea urchin thing that the petrified, that this is an old wound. Communication and grooming. So grooming, this card is telling me, sorry, there's something in my throat here. This is telling me that you need to take care of yourself right now. These days here is very important. Yeah, there's something about the throat chakra. I like that because the clarity, there's something here that you need to realize about your life path is what I'm hearing. Yeah, that you can't do this alone. Oh my God, you've been scorned. Wow, you've really been, because I'm been drawn to this trust card here. So someone really betrayed your trust. And that actually made you leave yourself. Wow, this is someone. Oh my God, this is huge, you guys. Someone betrayed your trust so much that you stopped trusting yourself. So there might be a person here. Whew, this is. I'm getting very emotional here. Wow, this is a big grief. You trusted someone so much, like with your life kind of thing, that when they betrayed you, you questioned your own ability to see people, right? That they betrayed you in such a way that you don't trust your ability to see a person as they are. Do you know what I mean? Like, so this could be like a love situation, for example. You might have been in love with a narcissist and they do this love bombing phase and actually grooming you to have you where they want you, and they create an addiction actually. This is huge. So you might have at some point been so far into this addiction, and a narcissist is making you gaslighting you, so they're making you doubt your own reality, or your view of the reality and your truth. They're making you doubt that, so you get reliable on them so they can control you. And so at some point you realize that this person is not who they're saying they are, or they dumped you or whatever. Or it could also be like growing up, that you had a parent that you trusted and you were so in love with, right? You had so much love for this parent, as we do as children, and something happened. Something where it might have been a long period, you might have an alcoholic dad or mom like that, kind of abandoned you because they were addicted. And when you have an addiction, your addiction is always number one. So even though you might be a kind person and a loving person, your child can never be number one when you have an addiction, because no matter what, addiction will always be number one. So if you're a child of someone being addicted to something, whatever it is, if it's alcohol, drugs, sex, or a narcissist, right? Because the victim of the narcissist is addicted to the narcissist, because the narcissist is creating this addiction. So you might have had a parent that fell in love with a narcissist, and that made you lose that parent because you are not number one anymore. Whatever it is, you know it, because this is a general reading, so you know what happened to you. You know that, you know the situation when you lost the trust in yourself. Something about another person you trusted turned out to be something you couldn't trust, and that made you lose trust in yourself. This is huge, you guys. I'm so sad for you, and I'm feeling this feeling that you have. I mean, it's devastating, because if you can't trust yourself, you can't trust life. You can't trust anything. You can't trust anybody. You can't open up to anything. You're barely living, right? You're just keeping your head over water, because how can you have relationships when you don't trust anybody, when you don't trust yourself? You don't trust yourself to see if this is a good person or not, because of this experience. So what is happening in these days? This is a rebirth, right? So what's happening in these days is that you're realizing, I'm hearing, the trust is coming up actually by you going your true path. The temple path is about following your call here in life. So start here by grooming yourself, meaning that take care of yourself, do what you need to do and not what the society says you need to do, right? Society might say that you need to lose 10 kilos, but fuck that. Because if you want to eat ice cream and watch Netflix, right, you do that, because if that makes you comfortable, if that makes you safe, then that's what you need to do right now. You're in this period here, I'm hearing. It's so important that you are doing things that keep you safe, that makes you feel safe, because this safe zoning is building trust in yourself and building trust in the world. Not necessarily in other people, but you need to trust yourself first. And not in the way that I trust myself, I don't need other people. That's a lie. Everybody needs other people. And you need to come to a point. What is being healed here is so you can come to a point where you can let other people in again. You need to communicate with yourself, actually, is what I'm hearing. And this here reconciliation is also with a part of yourself. The thing you need to be doing actively is actually looking at your situation where you lost this trust, and gain clarity about it, so that you realize that it didn't have anything to do with you, right? So for example, if you had a parent that was addicted to something, it doesn't have anything to do with you. Addiction is something that takes over the brain. So it's not that you weren't important at all. It's not that they didn't love you. It's not that they didn't want to put you first. They were imprisoned by their addiction. It's not something they can help. They didn't want to be addicted. Nobody wants to be addicted. And they wanted to be a good person. They wanted to be whole. They wanted to be there for you as a parent. But they couldn't. They did the best they could. But it wasn't because of you. It wasn't because they didn't love you. It wasn't because they didn't want to be this person for you. It wasn't because they wanted to abandon you physically or emotionally. They just couldn't. They just couldn't. They weren't strong enough. So yeah, it might have been a parent actually that abandoned you physically. Either like totally went out of your life, or maybe a parent that worked a lot, so they weren't much around, right? Or they didn't have time for you when they were around. Like they couldn't emotionally be there for you. So it could be so many things. It could be such a little thing that we today don't see as anything. Because if you had a dad that worked a lot, right? He was out of town a lot. And when he was home, he was working on his projects and he didn't have much time for you. We don't see that as someone abandoning us. We don't see that as emotional neglect. But it is. Because he put something else first, but that wasn't, again, it wasn't, what I'm hearing in this reading is, no matter what it wasn't free will. It wasn't that they didn't want to put you first. It was because they couldn't, either because they had their own scars, but they couldn't love, right? They can love, but they can't love in the capacity that you needed it. Or like addiction, or working a lot to keep the family going, something like that, right? You might have a lot of brothers and sisters. And let's try that again. You might have had a lot of brothers and sisters. And that took a lot of time for parents as well, right? So there's something here that you lost trust in another person. So it could be later in life, like with a narcissistic partner, for example. It can be anything, a good friend. You know the situation. But the situation here is that now in the present, you need to look back. You need to have clarity and understand that this didn't have anything to do with you, and it didn't have anything to do with your own trust. Like, you gave all you could to get love back, and you were patient, and you wanted them to, you wanted to give this person, whoever it was, space, and that's a great thing. That's such a great personality trait, to give space to other people, to be patient. And that might actually, because of all this, because of the disappointment you felt back then, it might actually have given you a polarity, and in a way that you are still this patient person and you're still spacious about other people, but sometimes like that it stops because you can't find something with the throat here as well. I'm gonna check on that afterwards. But there's something here that you can't find the balance because you're such a spacious person, but this trust ruined that. So you might still have this, that you're very spacious and very patient, but it just sometimes stops like that because you have this wound. So when this wound is healed, you will go back to being spacious and patient, and it will never wear out. You will just stop caring, right? You will. So the thing is here that you are spacious and patient because you're waiting for this person to, what can you say, show up, kind of, right? For them to find the balance so they can be in your life. But when you heal this wound, you will just stop waiting for them. You will still be patient as a person. You will still be spacious and take people in as they are. But you will stop waiting for them to be a match. You will realize this is not a match right now, and now is when we're living. I'm not gonna wait for you to be a match. That doesn't mean that you're not patient, because you are. It just means that this isn't a match right now. So I'm just gonna go move on with my life, and there's nothing wrong with that. And by doing this, actually, I'm hearing that you're reconciliation. You're finding that part of yourself. When you stop waiting for other people to show up in your life, you're finding that part of yourself. It's wow, that's that's a crazy message actually. I'm really feeling that when you stop waiting for people to show up in your life, you know, that focus you're having on other people, when are you I'm gonna be patient, I'm gonna be spacious, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna be here for when they kind of wake up, right? When they show up in my life. And they never really do. And that's when you snap and get impatient, right? And get like, oh, then fuck this shit. So when you stop waiting for people, you're just it gives something, it's releasing something in you. So there's room for this part of you to come back and connect again, where you don't need other people. But the thing is that where you are right now is that you're actually in a kind of state of mind where you need other people to prove that you can trust them. And that's not what's going on here. You don't need people to prove that you can trust them. You need to trust yourself. So what's being the rebirth is realizing that it's not other people, it's yourself, right? It's not the outer world as people are. They are the outer world. It's you. It's your inner world. You just need to be you, trust you, follow your own path, do grooming, do you, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy, whatever keeps you safe. Because safe is the big word here. I'm feeling that you need to stay safe. You need to feel safe. You need to, and sometimes that's what do you call that? Like closing off, right? It's like turning off your phone for 3 days, right? Just text the important people and say, I'm turning off my phones for a couple of days. I'm gonna text you when it's back on. Something like that, right? Taking a break so you can feel yourself and stop waiting for people to. Because I'm hearing also, as long as you have this focus on the people you have in your life to show up, you're holding on to something. And as soon as you release that, as soon as you release people having to show up or show, prove that you can trust them, you're going your own way, right? You're following your temple path, and releasing makes place for something new. Something has to die for something new to be born. It's a circle of life. So if something new has to come into your life, you have to release something. You can't put a sofa into your living room when there's already a sofa there. Right? You have to get rid of the old sofa first. Couch, right? Couch. If you're can't have a couch where there's already is a couch, right? Yeah. So this is releasing. This is releasing the burden of having to wait for people to show up and having to wait for people to prove that you can trust them. You just need to trust yourself because you got a good gut feeling about other people, but you have the fear that's clouding you because you have it from this experience, right? Yes. And you need to realize that people giving you love and affection, you need to let them give you. You need to give them the gift of loving you. Okay, you need to trust it. And you need to trust yourself so much as that, you know, if people change their mind, they might love you now and that might go away in a couple of years. We don't know. But you need to trust yourself to the amount that there will be other people who love you. You don't need one person to love you. You know, you need to love yourself, and other people, a lot of other people can love you. You need to put your eggs in different baskets instead of putting all your eggs in one basket. It's just going to be a disaster, right? It's a catastrophe because it's only going to make you disappointed because that person can't live up to everything that you want. So you need to release other people of the expectations you have from them, from showing up, or from the expectation from from proving that you can trust them, right? So this is a difficult wound, I'm hearing. It is, definitely. Communication is key, I'm hearing. So be open with the people you have close to you that wants to show you love and that wants to help you. Be open, receive the help that they want to give you, right? Let them in. Give them a chance. Not to prove, but to show that you are lovable and that you can trust other people and you can trust yourself in this feeling that you have with other people. And go for your dreams is what I'm hearing. There's a life purpose here that wants to develop. So, and it's time, I'm hearing. Stop holding yourself back. There's something here that you want to do. Take the first step, and the next step would show itself on the way. You don't have to have everything figured out. That's a trauma response. When we lose control in some place in our life, we get very controlling later on as an adult, and want to like, we want it all. We want every step to be shown before we take the first step. So a good way to actually practice this trusting of the universe is to just take the first step. Take the first step and let the universe guide you, right? Don't have to, you're holding on so tight to control and to what, it's okay to lose balance. You might need to fall to fall off the rope, like a ballerina, right? When they're walking the tight rope, you might need to fall off to fall to some other place, but someone will catch you. The universe will catch you. It's gonna be okay. You're not going off the rails. It's not gonna be a total traumatic accident or something like that. You need to let go. You need to let go. Yeah. So I know this is hard. And I see with this here, right, it's petrified. So it's really strong trauma in you. So give yourself also the time and the loving and the caring for, don't hit yourself in the head for not doing it. Because you can do it, but it takes time. It takes time to soften up something that's petrified, right? So deep in you. And you might even need like one-on-one sessions where a clairvoyant or a therapist or a healer or anything like that, someone that you find is a good match for you, right? Something you can trust. Yes. And I'm hearing for those of you who say, oh, but I don't have the money for that. Well, when we pay someone to do something for us, like a healer or a clairvoyant or a therapist or whatever, to help us, we're paying them, but we're actually giving ourselves a gift, right? We're paying, like you pay the hairdresser to do your hair, or you're paying for a dress or some shoes or something like that. You're giving yourself something, right? It's for you. And this is the same with self-development and healing. You're giving this to yourself. So you need to prioritize how can I get this? And there's actually a lot of people out there, like, this is a free reading, right? So there's a lot of people out there doing stuff for free, either because they're doing it like this, like for multiple people, or because they're practicing to becoming something, a therapist, for example, or a healer or a clairvoyant. And so you can be like a test person. So it's just about finding it. That can sometimes be hard, but ask for it is what I'm hearing. Ask the universe and they will show you. So you just have to be open for it. Yeah. So pile number 2, this is what I got for you. I hope that you can use it. And I know it's a difficult message, but if it resonates, please give this video a thumbs up so we can get out to more people who needs to hear this. And remember, this is happening now. It's a rebirth. So it's something that's being healed now. It's something that, so you can get out of the petrified state, right? It's going to be okay. You're on the right way. You're on the right path. Take the first step and you can do it. That's what I'm hearing. You can do it. You need to get out. You need to get out of your shell now, is what I'm hearing. Right? You're strong enough now. Yes. So, you guys, until next time, take care. Bye. So pile number 3 chose this. I'm not sure what it's called actually. I'm not very good at names for crystals. It looks like petrified wood, kind of, but it's not. It is a crystal. So if you know the name of it, it's, you know, go ahead and write it in a comment below. That would be great for other people if they want to know what it is. So let's see what you need to, what's going on these days, what is being healed, what is being released, so we can get room for something new. Got forgiveness, okay. Forgiving. We got spring, the fresh yearning of the morning. So something new here after a long night sleep. Attitude, desiring transformation. Oh, look at this kitty. Oh my God, I love it. So, yeah. Don't know how I place these cards. Let's just see. Oh, maybe over here. Yeah, whatever. Oh, deceit. Okay, forgiving deceit. Yes, makes sense. Focus. So moving your focus is what I'm hearing. Oh, what's this? Stimulate. Okay. Got release. Yes. Have a good cry. Grief is a doorway to your deepest self. This is definitely up here. This here. Opportunity. Release your ties to the past. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. Yes. Action. Take action. The journey to find your lost self begins with one step at a time. I actually just have this one taking one step at a time in pile number 2. But let's see here what we got. Okay, so this is definitely something here. Forgiving someone deceiving you, or actually you deceiving yourself. So I'm getting it's kind of a love situation because of all the red. Could be money or could be a friendship, but so it definitely could be anything because it's a general reading. But someone double crossed you, or you double crossed yourself, meaning that let's say sometimes when we have a person in our life, especially if we're in love, we can deceive ourselves. We only see all the good sides and we don't see the red flags, right? So there might be something here with deceiving yourself in regards to that. But it doesn't really matter what the situation is. You should know what the situation is. You just need to forgive and release yourself and this person. So whatever it is, this rebirth is requiring for you to let go so you can have all of this other stuff, right? So letting go is the action, like being like actively letting go and saying to yourself, I don't want to carry around this burden anymore. I don't really care. It's in the past. It's not important anymore. I need to let it go, right? That's the action that you need to take. Let's see. I love these cards with the kitties. They're so cute. Yeah, moving focus to something else. Stimulate. So I think we're gonna need more cards. Because this is like it is here. It's a very short message. Just let go, and that's easier said than done. But you need to let go of this because it's taking focus off of something else in your life, something else that that wants to stimulate you. And it's kind of like when you see this here, this little fairy yawning, right? The situation you're in where you are holding on to this, where you don't want to forgive and you don't want to release, is making you stay in the long night. So part of this part of you wants to wake up. This rebirth. It wants to make it wants to wake up and just let it go. It's so easily said, right? But it's what I'm hearing. Just let it go. You need to let it go now. You've been too much on this. You thought about it too much. You are bitter and you're angry and whatever. It's done is done. You can't do anything about it. You need to let it go. And if this person is not a part of your life anymore, great. If they are, but you can take action for them not to be a part of your life, do that. If they are a part of your life and you can't remove them from your life, then you still need to just let it go. You need to let it go. You need to stop the fight, is what I'm hearing. You're fighting something, either with this person or within yourself. You need to just let it go. I know it's easier said than done, but this is the focus in these days that's happening for you. For this rebirth to happen, you need to let go. So let's see if we can get a card on this where the focus is like here with the opportunities, right? There's something in the transformation over here and the stimulate. So there's something that wants to be birthed. Yeah, something wants to, the universe, the guides, whatever, wants you to move your focus from this issue so this other thing inside of you can grow. So let's see if we can get any cards on. Okay, just a second. Yeah. Get any cards on what it is that wants to grow. So it's a general reading. Oh, wow, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so this makes sense. I love the Queen of Swords because swords is for the mental. So the thoughts and stuff like that, dreams and whatever. Swords is also representing the truth, cutting to the bone, cutting away the bullshit. So this is a part of you that wants to arise, and that makes so much sense because when you stop using energy and focus on this thing that happened in the past, or if it's a person that you have in your life and it's still happening. The thing is with the Queen of Swords is that she's like, I don't want this bullshit. I don't care. I'm removing myself. I'm cutting ties. I don't need this shit in my life. Like she's a cold bitch like that. She's so cool. Like she doesn't have to be. Like she's not with everybody, but she's smart about stuff. She's smart about relationships. She's smart about saying, I don't want to use my energy on this. I don't want to waste my energy on this. I'm smarter than this. I don't care what you're doing with your life, and I just want to cut ties so it doesn't affect my life. So of course that might be difficult if you have a child with someone and you can't cut ties with that person because you still have to co-parent somehow, but they're making it difficult. The thing is to be gray rock is what you call that in physical terms, no, psychological terms. Meaning that you don't respond and you don't react, and you internally are letting things go, right? So this is what it's saying here. So it doesn't really matter if this person is in your life. It could be a co-worker as well. It could be something, anything, or they are not in your life and it's something in the past that you're just being bitter about and rooming about a lot. You just need to, I know I'm saying it, I keep saying you just need to let it go. It's not that easy, I know, but you need to be smart about where you're putting your energy and focus, right? You need to move your focus because there's something else in your life. This is general reading, so I didn't get any cards on a specific what it is in your life, but your soul, the universe, your guides, whatever it is, wants you to move your focus back on you and your life. And because how do you say that? So let's say you have a garden, right? And you planted a weed and you planted a tomato plant, and all the focus is on the weed. So that's growing, and you're not focusing on the tomato plant, so that's not really growing because you're not giving it nourishment and energy and attention and what it needs, like water and fertilizer and sun, right? You're using all your energy over here on this person. If they're in your life or not, it doesn't matter because you're using your energy by thinking about it. So you need to release that weed. You don't need that weed in your life. You need to focus on your tomato plants so you can get a good harvest here. You're not getting anything to harvest over here by nourishing this weed, right? not going to give you anything you can eat. So you need to move your focus. You need to be smart about where you lay your energy and focus in your life, is what I'm hearing. So there's a rebirth these days, and I think that much of this is happening by itself because of the energies that's going on, but you can make it faster and more rooted somehow, and a bigger healing by contributing by doing your part to take action, right? And saying to yourself, I want to release this. And every time you think about something regarding to this person or situation, you're telling yourself, I want to be smart. I want to be the Queen of Swords. I want to cut off all the lies, cut off all the worries, cut off all the bullshit. Just cut to core and let this go. I don't want to think about it. I can't. I've been thinking so much about this and nothing's happened, right? I can't find an answer no matter how much I think about this. So I'm gonna let it go. Yes. So pile number 3, that's what I have for you. If you like it, if it resonates, please give this video a thumbs up so we can get out to more people who needs to hear this message. And until next time, take care. Bye. Pile number 4. Chose this stone crystal, and I can't remember the name of it. I'm not very good at crystal names. So if you know the name of it, feel free to write it in the comments below. So let's see what is getting healed these days, what is getting released, so there can be room for something new. We've got confidence. Okay, that must be something new. We got summer, the wild energy of midday. Wow, just beautiful. And like going for what you want, I'm feeling here. We got 5th chakra archangel. That is so funny because all the 3 other piles have been feeling something in the throat chakra. And this is the throat chakra. Door to personal healing and happiness. Wow, you guys, I love that. Healer of the ages. I'm feeling this is a big healing you're going through actually these days. You got cleanse, yes. Just confirming that it's a big healing. Enthusiasm. Great. Okay, let's see. We got courage. I like it with the confidence. I'm going to put it over here. Wow. I've never seen this card before. It's beautiful. Says, take the leap. Your courage will see you through. We got creativity. Express your creativity, delight in the mystery of your inner muse. I love it. So I'm going to put that with enthusiasm. Okay. So I'm getting a picture here. The thing is about the 3rd chakra. No, the 5th chakra. The throat chakra is what I wanted to say. Can I put it like that? It's not room for all this card. Anyway, the throat chakra is about expressing yourself, actually, saying your truth, standing in your truth, standing in your light, hearing your own truth as well, because the ears is connected to the throat chakra. And creativity is a way, actually, creativity is usually shown in the 2nd chakra, the sacral chakra, the orange one, but it's also in the throat chakra because you're expressing yourself, and the throat chakra is about expressing yourself, and courage is about expressing yourself, and confidence is also about expressing yourself. Being confident is usually in the solar plexus chakra, which is the 3rd chakra, the yellow chakra. But definitely something about, I'm hearing like, now is the time to speak up. Now is the time to going after your dreams, going for what you want. Like stop sitting still is what I'm hearing. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen on its own. Yeah. Never mind. Stop sitting still, because okay, the message is actually more that you felt like you've been sitting still. I need to see where I can put this. Just a second here. Right? So you felt like you've been stuck. And now, these days, whatever blockages has been is being released. You need to have courage. You need to have confidence that what it is you want in life, these doors are opening for you. I'm hearing, I don't see a card for manifestation, but I'm actually hearing that you have been trouble manifesting something that you wanted in your life, and it might have been in multiple areas. And this blockage is being healed right now. So you can create the life that you want. Wow, just a second. I'm hearing this is a big blockage. It actually stems from a past life, because I see this Healer of Ages here. So there was something in the past life that I'm hearing something about unworthiness. I'm not worthy of having what I want in my life. So that could be multiple things. I'm gonna make a video soon about past lives. So if you wanna make sure you see that, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I upload that video, because I think it's gonna be great. I'm gonna do personal readings as well on past lives, but I'm gonna share that information in the next video. So just a second here. Yeah, I'm feeling like with this enthusiasm, like you see this star lighting up, and this here is lighting up with this creativity. Also, this here is also lighting up, actually. So there's a spark inside of you. There's something that's been bottled up, kind of, that wants to explode, is what I'm feeling. It wants to, like, I'm getting this feeling of Tinkerbell, right? I don't know if you watched Peter Pan, but at some point she's caught in a drawer in a writing desk. So she's caught in there and she can't get out. The drawer is shut. And she has to wait for someone else to open the drawer so she can get out. And she's in there getting frustrated, like she can't get out. And she can look out through this keyhole what is going on outside of the world, and this is frustrating because she wants to be out there. And I'm feeling this actually with the manifestation, that there's some part of you that's frustrated because they know, your soul knows all that it can be and all that it's supposed to be. These doors opening and what you're supposed to be in the world. And the thing is, this is so exciting, you guys, because with our soul knows what's going to happen, right? We got these milestones and things that we want to learn, the lessons in life and why we're incarnated and stuff like that. The soul knows that, right? It's not limited. But the thing is that we got free will. So might not necessarily learn all the lessons, and it's okay, because we got more lessons on the to-do list that we're going to learn. Usually, there's few exceptions in life, but usually we got more lessons just to make sure that we get everything we can out of life when we're here in an incarnation. So that's normal. It's not a problem. But so the soul knows that there's this blockage, and the soul knows that now is about time for this blockage to be healed. So it's been working on it actually your whole life, this lifetime, because it's from a past life. And it's very, I'm feeling like with this stone here, it's telling me, right, if you look at weather forecasts, right, and seeing from above tornadoes and storms, that's kind of how I feel about these little things here. It's seen from above, like a lot of tornadoes and a lot of storms. So there's been a lot of challenges in your life, where every challenge is something where there needed to be, it had to happen so the healing could occur. You have a lot from past lives. This is crazy. You have a lot of past lives with a lot of blockages that you decided, you have a key life is what I'm hearing. You decided in this lifetime to be incarnated and just like, I'm going to do this. Like your list is extensive. It's crazy. Like, you might have trouble manifesting because there's no room for you to manifest because you have so much in your list. So your soul has it's very, like, if this is your lifespan, right? And normally we get like, oh, there's a lesson here, a lesson here, and there's a lesson here, and we put a lesson here, something like that. So your lifespan is like, your soul is like, listen. We got a lesson, we got a lesson, we got a lesson. Like, you can't finish a lesson before the next lesson is coming, right? The thing is, you can manifest, is what I'm hearing, pause. So when you're tired of a lesson, you're like, I need a break. And they're gonna give you a break, and then and then you're like, and then either they're giving you another lesson in that time of, so let's say you have a lesson in love and you keep repeating this pattern and slowly healing some of it, but it's like, oh my god, I'm so tired of this, I can't keep doing this, I need a break from this lesson. So okay, you get a break from the love lesson, sending you a soulmate to keep it calm, to have a relationship where it's not challenging and you don't need to look inwards and resolve and heal. You just have this soulmate. But in that time that you're with the soulmate, you're gonna do another lesson, maybe something physical with your body, or maybe something with work related, right? So it's like you always have some kind of challenge. But you can ask for a break in the challenge, but you're just gonna be doing another challenge. That's okay. You're strong enough, so it's not a problem. If you're tired of doing love challenges and you can't really seem to figure it out, just ask for a break, and you will be single for a period, or you will get a soulmate that doesn't challenge you on that. But it's not going to be a soulmate forever, because at some point you need to go back to the lesson so it can be resolved. So you might need meet the person that triggers you, so you can look at the triggers and heal those, right? So, oh, there's a lot of messages here. I'm getting bombarded, but I think that's because you have a key life. So there's so many lessons. Okay, back to, hey Spirit, back to this here, the moment. Okay. Yes. So here you're healing these days. You might be feeling a lot of triggers, a lot of old wounds coming up, physical and emotionally and mentally as that as well. That needs to be clear out. It needs to be clear out. That's what's happening behind the surface and behind closed doors. You can say that the universe or your angels and guides are working on, so you don't have to do anything about that. Actually, this is a very passive thing that's happening in your life these days, that making room, you don't have to do anything, is what I'm seeing. And it's making room so that the things that you got bottled up finally can get out and be released. And something about here that there's some doors are being opening for you to express yourself. And you can say the manifestation is also, to manifest something in your life is also a way to express yourself, because you're expressing to the world what it is that you want, right? But usually I would say manifestation is from the heart. But there's a lot going on, and I it's not weird to me if you feel it in your body or in your physical world. I don't know, a mental, emotional. If you feel it emotional either, also, or either. It's I'm kind of confused actually, because I'm so bombarded. It's kind of crazy. A lot of lifetimes right now is being healed, so you might be confused as well. But I'm being drawn to this card here, showing that when it's over, there will be this calm and this room for you to just be and breathe. And I'm feeling like, sigh like that. Like it's, finally I can breathe, because it's actually been weighing on you all of this past life that's affected your this lifetime. It's a good time to be creative. Like I paint these days. I haven't painted for years, and actually I'm doing a pause on my job. So because my job is usually my main thing where I use my energy, my job and my relationships. So I'm taking a time out from work these days, and that gave space for me to paint. So I got 3 paintings going on right now, because yeah, now there's time and room for it, and it feels great to be creative again. So go for what you, if you feel like creating something, do it. Have the courage to do it. Have the confidence to do it. Just do it. You don't have to doubt yourself. Go with it. Go with the flow is what I'm hearing. That's such a cliche, but go with your enthusiasm, actually, right? So what makes you like enthusiastic and happy and I want to do this? So if you're painting at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's okay because you want to do it. Go with it. You need to release yourself and just these days and just go with the flow. Doors are opening. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, and do also, of course, what you can to take care of yourself and your body and your mental state. Whatever makes you feel safe and comfortable is important in these days. And drink water. If you're hungry, eat. If you're tired, sleep or take a rest. Listen to your body. Let your body run the show for once is what I'm hearing, instead of your head, right? Instead of what we have to do or what we're supposed to do. Just let your body run the show. The body will tell you what you need. Just listen to it. Give it some space is what I'm hearing. Give it the time to be in control, to be the leader. Yes, because I'm seeing here, he has this halo around his head, and he has this halo around his head. So there's been a lot of time where you've been in your head, right? So you need to let go, and you need to let your heart and your throat, take control. So expressing yourself by being creative, showing yourself love and compassion also is what I'm hearing. I'm feeling I'm being more calm now. So that's telling me that this period of time can be hectic for you, but when it's done, again with this card, doors are being opened and you can breathe again. So it's kind of like a bottleneck. Like if you have a bottle of something and you have the neck here and you have to pour whatever is inside of it out. You can't just like a glass turn it upside down. It takes time to get out of the neck, the bottleneck, because it's smaller than the rest of the bottle, right? So that's kind of what's happening now. It's the bottle has been turned upside down and it's on its way out, but it's going through the bottleneck, so it's kind of tight. It's kind of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on it from the other liquids or whatever in the bottle, right? So that's why you're feeling emotional or physical or anything in your body or in your mind, is because there's a lot of pressure on you right now from everything that's being healed at once. I'm just gonna empty this bottle here. This is a good time for that. Okay. So there's something being released. I'm hearing you might still have trouble manifesting after this, because this is like a lot of lifetimes you're doing in this life, but something is definitely being released and you're gonna feel like a weight off your shoulders afterwards. And definitely your courage and confidence is being enhanced in these days and making you stronger. So there's some kind of doubt in this bottle, right? There's some kind of like doubt in yourself or your self-worth or something like that. That's being healed and cleansed these days. So you're going to be more confident and courageous on the other side when these doors are opened. Enthusiasm is also about the inner child. So, and creating is also the inner child. So go with that. Go with the, that's kind of healing also, to listen to your inner child and doing what that inner child wants you to do. Like if you want to play with dolls with your daughter for 3 hours in a row, you go do that. I know you're supposed to make supper, but So that day you just get a pizza. You know, it's like loosen up a bit these days. You don't have to have control and yeah, I'm just feeling like loosen up, man. You're such an adult. You're such an adult is what I'm hearing. You know, you can be a child for a couple of days. That'll be good for you. Yes. So, pile number 4, this is what I have for you. If this makes sense to you, if it resonates, please give the video a thumbs up so we can get out to more people who needs to hear this message. And until next time, take care. Bye.